Welcome back, Nick and Lex here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Music with Nick. Today we got a marathon by RG. Thank you so much for all the support, RG. I do appreciate it very, very much. And always picking such interesting bands and musicians and right up my alley. Just the jazz fusion last time was just insane. I've been listening to that in my spare time. It's really great, really good stuff that I, appreciate putting on the channel. It's like really stuff that nobody else kind of suggests or listens to that I know of. So I do thank you for that. Of course, also thank you for sponsoring this video and getting another marathon going. And this is very interesting because I do know 3 of the chosen bands that I'm going to react to. Sorry about that. But not the specific songs in question here. So without further ado, let's get into it. We're going to do The Sons of Champlin. I was going to actually say Chaplin, but it's Champlin. This is Things Are Getting Better. Loosen Up Naturally is the album from 1969. Then we're going to listen to Talking Heads. Talking Heads, I mean, the little I've heard has been very impressive. So I'm very much looking forward to this. This is The Great Curve. This is Live in Central Park 2004. This is from the album. The name of this band is Talking Heads. So this was in 82. Okay, so it's Live at the Central Park in 82, not 2004. That's just the remaster. And then we're going to do some Adrian Belew of King Crimson fame. Ballet for Blue Whale. Wow. Desire of the Rhino King. This is from 1991. Awesome. I love me some Adrian Belew. I think he's gonna be in the area playing soon. And then we're gonna do some Peter Gabriel San Jacinto. Or San Jacinto, the Spanish version. This is from Peter Gabriel for Security, and this is from 1982. All right, so I'll be right back with the music. All right, and here we go. And again, I wanted to thank RG for the very informative email that he always includes in every marathon that he sends me. Thank you so much for taking the time. I do read everything, even if I don't mention it, because sometimes it's more personal between you and me. So, and it's just information that a lot of people already know, but I do appreciate that very, very much. So thank you again for that, Okay, so moving on, let's start it off here with The Sons of Champlin. Things Are Getting Better. All right, I'm super excited. Here we go.
Because truth has been avoided like the plague.
Holy moly, what a band. I mean, the only thing I could think of a little, because what I've been listening to in this vein, I think is Chicago, but what I do, it's a little like, I guess like a little hack for me, because when I'm here on Spotify and then I go on bands, fans also like, I've just been like doing this for like, I don't know, maybe 3-4 videos, but there's nothing that I recognize, which is shocking. The only one is Sea Level, and that sounds completely different. I thought Sea Level sounded more like Steely Dan, so it's maybe this is not even that accurate. I just like to go with my gut, what I think this sounds like, and I think I would compare it a little bit to Chicago. The heavy bass, you know, great guitar playing, very, very fluid here, liquidy, you know, for the time, you know, it's so nice, and you know, it's not like choppy at all. It's little like you can just hear that this guy is a master guitar player. And I love all the horn sections, and the lyrics really, really cool. I mean, for 1969, and he's talking about, you know, a dream, you know, because we're still in the same basically situation, you know, but he says, you know, I wish someday we could just like sing and dance, and you know, we're politics and all that stuff don't really matter anymore, but I guess we're still at that place 50 years later. You know, unfortunately, it's always going to be, and it's been like this. If you go back 1,000 years, it's always been about power and stuff like that. So maybe one day, you know, maybe one day we can get our stuff together, but it's going to be, it's tough because, you know, humans or just people just like, you know, to be in control, and it's a dream, you know. So I really love the lyrics, and I really love the message of this. It's really, really interesting. But overall, of course, I focus always a little bit more on the music, and musically this is just wonderful, really great bass, and just all the everything that's being done is so good. So thank you so much for the introduction to the Sons of Champlin. It's really, really good. I can't wait to get more into this band. So let's continue. so good. Man, this was so good. I loved how they were just like messing with their instruments, you know, pulling on strings, and man, things are gonna get better. Hopefully, yeah, you know, someday, it just, I guess we're gonna get to a stage. I don't know. Um, let's just hope for the best, you know. Yeah. Okay. Next band, I do love them very much. I love the singer in this band. Tom. Another. Wait. Tom. No, it's not Tom. It's David. David. Oh, man, I don't remember his last name. I don't know why I said Tom. David. He was just. I know he's been nominated for an Oscar for his music in movies, and he is the singer of Talking Heads. Another great, you know, David, like David Bowie. I said that in one video, and people like, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna do the Great Curve, and this is live. RG wanted this specific version, so that's the one we're giving to him. Let's start it off, man. Here we go. This is so good, and I love his phrasing, like the way he sings. This rhythm section is so good. I love Tina. I think it's let's see, Tina. I pulled it up. Weymouth on the bass. What a legend! What a legend of a bass player, female bass player. And I did a marathon for RG of Tina. Not of Tina's, of female bass players. Check that one out. We got Tal Wilkenfeld on the bass, Esperanza Spalding, just amazing stuff. Check it out, please. But yeah, no, David Byrne, of course, on vocals. And Talking Heads, they're like, I've always said this, they're basically their own style. You know, you can't really come up with a name, you know. This is just very, very original music. I can't compare this to anything. This just sounds like Talking Heads That's it. Nobody else sounds like that. It's just too original. It's like Zappa. You can't really say Zappa sounds like anything else, and that's what makes it so cool. So let's go back. This is groovy, man, and it's there's just so much full of there's so much talent. Everyone is just uber talented in this band, and then they even play and dance while they do this. It's insane.
again, you can dance if you want to.
Man, that takes a lot of, you know, talent to play a 7-minute song basically on one chord. It was one chord. The bass was moving up the scale and they were singing, of course, within the chord, you know, a scale. Da 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 ba ba da da ba 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 da, like the backing vocals and then him, and so cool. You know, it doesn't get stale, it doesn't get boring, because also the rhythm section was, I don't know, the drummer, and I think there was some kind of other you know, like, I don't know what I don't know what it was, but it was really cool sounding, very wooden. I think it was some kind of like rhythm section apart from the drummer, and that bass, you know, just the bass beat, and they kept it interesting, almost 7 minutes long. I never felt, and then that solo, you know, going in with the dive bombs, and you know, really cool, man. Just I just appreciate this music, because who I mean, just because you play one chord does not mean that the music is gonna be boring or anything. On the contrary, man, it was a very freaking like, I was like, I hope the camera doesn't move too much, because I'm literally like doing this, you know, I'm like I'm literally like pushing down the floor. So okay. All right, so now Adrian Belew of King Crimson fame, but also by himself. I've seen some stuff also in RG videos, which is guitar players. And just type in Adrian Belew, you'll see some stuff where they do great performances. You know, working with Delay. We see the guitar player from Duran Duran, Jeff Beck, just using really cool stuff. You know, much of the stuff that I do, I work with a lot of delay, slapback echoes, and then I don't use anything, you know, with the acoustic guitar. But yeah, with the electric, I like to experiment. So let's hope for this one. I'm sure it's going to be good. But this is called Ballet for a Blue Whale. All right, here we go, Mr. Adrian Belew. this is crazy. So a lot of stuff he's doing, of course, is like with the whammy bar, you know, and delays, and also, cutting off the delay, and just using the feedback of the guitar, and you create these really nice swell. I've done it with the pedal and with the volume knob, and you create this really nice whale esque sounds with some distortion and some delay, and it sounds super cool. But also, what I notice here, that the chords he's playing are very unconventional, and also the scales he's using are very oriental sounding. It almost sounds like, could be maybe like Japanese or Chinese music. Really, really cool. And then the way that the effect he was using for the guitar almost sounded like a trumpet. It's a very cool thing that I've heard Pat Metheny do. Holdsworth has, kind of like tried his stuff with that, but he, tends to use more like the syntax, so it sounds more like a synthesizer instead of a horn. But really interesting, man. This is really, really great. Reminds me of like doesn't really remind me of any other player, but it just reminds me of like, yeah, like the whale is being really portrayed by the guitar, if you were just wondering. But I know most of you people that listen to this, you already know everything that I'm talking about, but I just like to, mention it. Very cool. He's like, he's scratching over the pickups with the pick. Or what you can also achieve this effect by, if you have a Floyd Rose, you take the Floyd Rose all the way down, and basically you have the bridge is not like tense anymore. It's just like doing this. So cool, man. Yeah, I tend to like mess around my guitar a lot. So it's very good. But I mean, it's like he's literally playing scales. Like, try doing this if you're a keyboard player or a pianist. That just use the black keys on your keyboard, and you will achieve basically those scales. Nice panning. Oof. Wow. Really cool here at the end. Very distorted guitar, and almost playing like an Arabian scale here. Really, really cool. This was a great tune. Thank you so much, RG. I always like to listen to experimental music. A lot of people don't, uh, like it, or they're kind of like turned off because of the. That's why I like to explain this stuff. But this was great. Adrian Belew, man, what a master, of the guitar. Okay. San Jacinto, Peter Gabriel in the house. Man, I just started watching the other day the making of So. My God, such talented people involved with Peter, and what it almost took a year to just to like write that whole album. And what a guy, man! What a great guy. Okay, here we go with Peter Gabriel. I can't wait to listen to this. This must be very, very good. Here we go. All right, and I'm back. The computer literally decided to do like a hard reset and update. So I've been waiting for about 15 minutes. Super random. But we're back. Okay, so here we go. Now we are actually gonna play Peter Gabriel. Here we go. Enjoy.
Thick cloud, steam rising, hissing stone and sweat launch fire. Around me buffalo robe, sage and bundle rubber skin. Outside cold air, stand, wait for rising sun. Red paint, eagle feathers, coyote calling, it has begun. Something moving in, taste it in my mouth and in my heart. It feels like dying slow, letting go of life.
So also very Japanese sounding. This.
Medicine man, lead me up through time. Indian ground, so far down. Caught up band, each house a pool. Kids wearing water wings, drinking cool. Follow dry riverbed. Watch scouts and guides make powwow signs. Past Geronimo's disco, Sitting Bull Steakhouse, White Men Dream. A rattle in the old man's saxon.
Wow.
Look at mountain top, keep climbing up.
Wow.
Way above us the desert snow, white wind blow.
Wow, what a great tune. Just the whole thing, how it was building up, the this, I don't know, it just gave me like this Japanese like vibe, this like this, I don't know, it's like some kind of programmed loop, and but it was so well done, and then his voice is just an instrument, and then boom, 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 these atmospheres come in and just build up, and it builds up, and it's magic, man. It's, I mean, I do think it's a great, we got two great things out of, you know, Peter Gabriel leaving Genesis. We got Genesis with Phil Collins, which I do enjoy very, very much. I do enjoy Peter Gabriel, I would say, as much as I enjoy Phil Collins. But the cool thing is we did get to Genesis. And yes, I know a lot of people don't like the later Genesis. And I like it. I like it all, you know, because it's all different and it's all evolution. And yes, it maybe it's not, it doesn't sound as progressive as it used to be, and it sounds pop, but it's still Genesis. It's still you know, it's like every other band, you know, like Metallica. When you listen to Kill 'Em All, and then you listen to the Black Album, it sounds completely different. And then you listen to Saint Anger, and it sounds totally different than the the Black Album. So everybody, you know, is there on their path of evolution, musical evolution. And yes, sometimes it's gonna sound like something that you don't like anymore. But I think him leaving Genesis and doing his own stuff is so cool, because we got so much interesting stuff. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Genesis wouldn't be around today, you know, if he wouldn't have left. Who knows, you know? It's like I just saw this documentary yesterday on Peter, I think it was named Pete, the drummer, the first drummer of the Beatles. And then I'm like, well, what if he would have stayed in the Beatles? Maybe the Beatles wouldn't have been the Beatles that we know, you know, with Ringo Starr. So there's always, it always is supposed to happen, stuff like this. So I think I'm super happy that we got, you know, a solo artist, Peter Gabriel, because I mean, it reminded me even of stuff like, you know, Mike Oldfield. I did have Mike Oldfield a CD, and I'm a huge fan of his. It reminded me a little bit of Mike Oldfield, you know, this particular song. So it was just great. Everything that we listened to, the Sounds of Champlin, great, amazing stuff. Then Talking Heads, beautiful, just totally original. Adrian Belew, that tune was just, it was magical. And then this Peter Gabriel, you know, it's all, that's what I like about you guys taking the time and picking out these songs, because they're really specific. They're not very, it's not, you're not gonna, you know, we're not gonna get like 100,000 views on this, because it is practically there for these people that appreciate the deep cuts and the rarer music on this channel. And this is what we started with. And yes, we're playing, you know, some more you know, famous music, and we do get a lot of subscribers, but in essence, we're all about the music and also the deep cuts and the weirdness of these takes, and just like the stuff that nobody knows, you know, that's kind of cool to explore here. So I do thank you again, RG, for this awesome marathon. This was very, very interesting, and I hope you do enjoy. Everyone in the comment section, let me know what you thought. What was your favorite track? And yeah, let's just start a conversation as always. Thank you so much again for watching, for being here. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.